what's going on, you guys? Slim here, YCS Pasadena, and we are here with Simon Healy. I have not had you on my channel in almost 6 years.
Probably 5 years.
5, 6 years, something like that, give or take. It was YCS Seattle, like 2012, 2013, something like that. But first and foremost, I just want to say welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah. Missed you.
Missed you too.
Yeah, first thing I want to say, how did you do here at the YCS?
I lost in top 32. Went 9-2 after Swiss, and then played a mirror match, top 32, and he won.
And you played?
Awesome. And you just played very standard.
Yeah, like I don't really want to explain it too much because this is a very standard Sky Striker build right now.
Yeah.
And I try to change it up. I try to like play different ratios, which I usually do. But throughout testing, it just turned out that it is actually the perfect deck. Main deck anyway, for right now. For currently right now. Probably not relevant because the ban list is coming up, most likely, but yeah, it's a good deck.
Yeah. As you guys see, we fanned over the deck, so if you guys just want to pause the video, there's the deck list for you guys. But alright, so first and foremost, it's been a long time since you played. Is there anything you want to say? Because you've been gone for obviously a really long time. What are your thoughts, like having coming back to the game? Like how different is it now?
It's quite different, my god. Like so the last time I played, there were no link monsters.
No
monsters weren't spells. There's no, like, the time rule was different, and you can draw a 6 card on the first turn. So that was like a long time.
That's how long ago it was.
But I came back before YCS 200, and I tested a week and a half before. I like to look at like every single card to know everything that's going on, but it was impossible. 5 years of missed cards is just, it's too much. There was a time when I quit for university for 2 years, and when I came back, it took quite a while to get back into things. But I learned from that, and I thought I could efficiently get back into the game and do some things that were pretty much like time wasting, and I had some like techniques to just test like really fast. But a week and a half for 5 years is just not enough. So I did like the worst I've ever done at any event at YCS 200. So yeah, it was really difficult. It was really difficult. The time rule makes it so that you can't just test online anymore, because like you could, like for example, this mirror match, I can win in 2 hours online, but the strategy is just different. If you play in a tournament with that time rule, you have to play so differently. You have to test with a time strategy in mind, like cards you played, cards you side, etc. So it was really tough coming back into that, and yeah, like learning how to play these.
All these blue monsters.
Link monsters in general was crazy. Like everyone was telling me about U-Link and Extra Link. I was like, what is an Extra Link? What is a U-Link? And because people say U-Link, but like the official manuals, they say Extra Link. So I was like, what the hell? And it's co-linked and it's linked. I was like, it just got a bit too much. But yeah, big shout out to Merle Schumacher. From Germany. He helped me with rulings. Like I come up with hypothetical situations in my head like all the time when I need to practice. So I asked him day after every single day. I have like paragraphs of like ruling questions to ask him, and he always answers every single one of them. That was really big help. And Joshua Schmitz as well. Like he helped me a lot with testing and deck building, etc. So he got me back into the game. I asked a few people that I knew, that I trusted, that they know what they're talking about. So. Yeah, it was difficult to answer your question. It was difficult coming back.
I guess the next question is, are you happy that you came back? A lot of people, like, when they quit...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there was no... I can do a separate video about what happened because I never really made an official announcement, which I was going to. But after I found out that most of my team didn't believe me either, I got in kind of a little depressed state, and I didn't really do any announcement, but I can do like another video some other time. But yeah, after 2 years, I was working on several projects. I was like really busy, so I couldn't really afford the time to play. And partly because I didn't really want to, I was kind of still salty about the situation. But after a while, I thought that I'm the type of person that I always like to finish what I start, and I didn't really want to leave it like it was, so I came back. And yeah, I enjoy it. Enjoy seeing people like you, Slim, meeting people like you, and you. Seeing like some old faces, even though I don't know anyone.
Yeah, let's be honest. I saw the picture on Chance's profile, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
Yeah.
And I found it. I found you, and I was like, "Hey, he is here."
Yeah. So I walk around. I don't really know many faces anymore. A lot of people quit. Some people stuck around, which is cool. I still enjoy coming to events. Like California's very nice. Food's very nice. So yeah, coming back's okay.
And I would say, like, the next thing is, you know, now that you're back, you did play, honestly, probably one of the best decks in a lot of players' eyes. What do you honestly think of this format? Because I feel like you came into a format that's, a lot of people have, like, different biases towards it. They think it's awful. They think it's one of the worst formats we've ever had. Whereas people that, like, press on, they feel like there's a lot of decks, there's a lot of options. And there's FTKs around. What do you honestly think?
Right, okay, so there's always people complaining about the format, and everyone is in the same shoes, so there's no point complaining whatsoever, because like you always still see some of the consistent players still topping, so that degree of skill is still there. Obviously there's the degree of luck, but if you know what you're doing, it's okay. About this particular deck, I was really bad with it the first time I picked it up. It takes a lot of skill to play this deck properly. Like it's okay, like you can copy the best deck, but it takes a lot of skill playing correctly against all the matchups, playing correctly towards timeout. So in that respect, it's very skillful, and it's not about really the format. The format's good. FTKs, if you build an FTK, you should play it like it's, you know, the skillful part is in building it, figuring out, and then building a consistent deck around it. But playing it just doesn't seem like fun. Like I've never played an FTK ever before, because like your opponent doesn't get a turn. That's just, it's like, it's not really a game, you know. If your opponent doesn't get to do anything. But even the most consistent FTKs, like the one right now, they are not as good as you think. So it's not very good right now. I don't even think that. Are there any in the top 32?
There might be one, or it's not as many. There's more Goki and more Striker, I think.
And that's because the surprise factor's gone. So when it first came out, it was no one was maining draws or siding draws. So, and no one knows how to play against it. But once it's known, you can side the right cards, you can main the right cards, and then people know how to play against it. And that deck kind of implodes on itself if it hits too many of the dangers. So it's not great. Like the Goki deck is probably better because like the good players, they don't really fall under Troll and Lockbird, and like Cherries on Firewall hurts a little bit, but they can still do a lot of stuff as well. So I mean, the format in general is very good because like, I don't want to say back in the day, it feels so old.
Yeah, it's true though, back in the day.
There's only like one very good deck, or two very good decks, and that's not really fun because people always complain about that, you know, you have to play the expensive decks, but now there's everything. There's like Trickstar can work depending on like which one you go to. The FTKs can work, the Sky Strikers can work, Thunder Dragons, Cyber Dragons, there's 2 in the top 52 right now, that's insane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so like it's really fun because you can play any deck that is like top tier, and if you are very good with the deck, then you can do well. So there's very like many options, and it's still very skillful because you need to know all the matchups, not just 1 or 2 matchups. The only thing I really have to complain about, and I think everyone's complained about this, is the time rule.
Oh yeah.
I've not heard anyone say good things about the time rule, not even staff members. I've spoken to some staff members, some reps, and they couldn't say some things, but like basically some suggested that it doesn't really save time in practice, only in theory. But I understand why they did it, because the problem is now each turn can take up to 10 minutes, and you can't have it as like 1 turn, 2 turns. Like you can't have it as 2 turns each in timeout. That will go on for like potentially up to more than an hour. So the problem is actually you have to change so many things so that the turns take under 5 minutes. Even the combo decks, which like even in Teledad format, they don't take that long. So like you get more turns, you get more interaction, and then in that respect, the time rule doesn't really matter that much. Because with everything being able to take like 10 turns, if you combo off, and the time rule like stopping you on that phase, I mean, many people have said this. The time war is very exploitable. Like the judges don't want you to do it, but I mean, if you legally play quick, like 2 seconds per move, 3 seconds per move, that's not like slow play.
Yeah,
that's not slow play at all. And it's very, it gets into like a really grey area where if you know that it's towards time, then you're obviously you're obviously going to play like a different way. Not slower, but like, you just don't play really fast.
Yeah.
And there's nothing they can do to stop that, which is really annoying. And I really dislike it. Like, for example, in the mirror match, if there's like 5 minutes left, if they let you go first, then you probably lose. Like, you either lose or you draw, okay? Because like, you can't do any damage in your turn, and you'll probably take like 1 or 2 minutes in your turn unless you complete your brick, because you're set up with defense. And in their turn, they're gonna just like Hayate attack them, and then they're gonna combo off, and then that's time. So because it stops in that phase, it just like, even if it's just 1 turn each, so time is called, you finish your turn, and they have 1 more turn. That's like much better. It makes the rule a bit less exploitable, and I feel it's very unfair that Konami like punishes people in a certain way. Because like, if you play, let's say at the very beginning, first turn, if you play take like 20 seconds per move, that's not slow play. Like, no one really like stops you and say that's slow play. But like towards the end, if you're taking like 10 seconds or like 20 seconds, that's slow play. So it's not consistent, you know. And you really do have to think during that time, because it's very pressurizing. I've had some times where like people thought I was slow playing, but I've got like 20 different options, and each option branches out to other options, and towards timeout you're pressurized as well, and that's another skill. You have to learn how to play well in timeout, even under the pressure. But if they cause the problem and they're penalizing people to play correctly under the problem that they've caused, so it's not nice, but it is what it is. You have to deal with it right now.
Pretty much covers everything. Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to say? I know you said you want to make a separate video about like everything that happened.
Yeah, I think separate's fine, because like, it'll take too long.
Yeah, but I mean, is there anything you want to say like about being back? About, you know,
I'm glad to be back. It's fun. It's fun. I mean, like, I scrubbed 2 events, YCS London and Utrecht. Like, YCS London, it was just I did better, but like, I still didn't do as well as I should have done. This event, I'm actually quite happy to have topped this event, because during the Swiss there was like, sometimes I played like very small mistakes, which I call soft mistakes. But I played in one match. In one match in the 2 games, I played like 2 hard mistakes and 3 soft mistakes. So that's something like when I was like at my peak, I wouldn't accept that at all. Like, I'll be very frustrated like I was now. But now I get to learn a lot more. Like, you can only improve from your mistakes and if you learn. And once you're at a certain level and you have no one to learn off, you come up with your own theories, and it's harder to learn. But now I'm like dropped back down, so it's like I'm learning from my mistakes again. It's a lot better. So yeah, I'm glad I can still improve. Yeah, it's fun.
Awesome, for sure. All right, man. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything.
Yeah,
we got the deck. Everything, like I said, you guys want to see it again, all you got to do is freeze it right there. But Simon, first and foremost, thank you for the interview. Thank you for the deck profile. Welcome back to the game, and we hope to see you at more events. And we hope to come to Europe.
Yeah, I hope to see you too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I know. We have to come to Europe. So yeah, you guys heard it. We have to come to Europe. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for the deck profile. Congratulations on your top 32.